if you're like into quilting and like, it's kind of like that vibe, right? Like Amish, like get some salsas maybe. I don't know if they make salsa, but
Josh,
homemade goods.
Who you're talking to right now? You're talking to a newly homesteader.
Do you love to travel?
Do you love road trips?
Do you love finding hidden treasures in towns all over the USA? Hi, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to Treasures of Our Town. It's the podcast that explores the unique and charming towns scattered throughout the United States.
Guided by our love for location-based games like geocaching, join us as we venture to some of the country's most intriguing destinations, uncovering hidden gems and local secrets along the way.
On today's episode, Josh, I've been to a couple of these places. I don't think you have, but when I went to a few of these places, I thought, why would these places be named the way they are? We're looking at weird and wonderful names in the USA for different towns. There's a few different towns with some strange names, Josh.
Yeah. The United States, there's a lot of weird names for towns. You know, you driving along on your road trip and you see that name and you're like, really? That's the name? That's what they name that town?
Yeah.
So today we are going to discuss 5 uniquely named towns throughout the United States. But we're going to not only go there, we're also going to talk about what it's like to visit there and what it's like to maybe geocache there as well, because, we're guided by geocaching, right?
Guided. Exactly. And I will say, Josh, 2 of these places I have actually been to myself.
Perfect.
And I did, one of them, I did exactly what you just said. And that is I was actually on a road trip. And as we were driving south and, I saw the sign upcoming is the town. I went, why is it? Is that really the name of the town? So you had to divert into the town because purely of the name. So there you go. That's what I had to do. So yeah, I know what you mean. When you're on that road trip and you see things, it's like when you're on the road trip and you see a real roadside attraction that you didn't know was there, Josh.
It sparks curiosity. That's for sure.
That's right. That's right. Like a weird gas station, for instance, in the middle of. Anyway, we won't go there.
the thing.
The thing.
Can't believe that made the Final Four. I'm still shocked.
Oh, I don't. I think a lot of our patrons do realize why it made the Final Four. So, but anyway, mate, what have you been up to, buddy? What have you been up to?
Oh, are we talking about our upgrades and delays?
Why not? Let's talk about our upgrades and delays.
So here's the thing. We're taking a break after this podcast. Right after this podcast, we're taking a break. We're going on vacation. We're leaving. Our bags are packed. Not really, but actually that is kind of true because in 2 weeks, this is my upgrade. In 2 weeks, Craig, I've been teasing this all along. I am heading for a international trip. And get this, Craig, I'll say this. I'll be gone for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. I'm going to be gone internationally for 6 weeks.
What?
6 weeks.
Daniel Flieger hosting you for that long this time?
No. I'm not going. Well, if you're intrigued about where I'm going and what I'm doing, then you should become a patron because we are going to release a Patreon episode talking a little bit about what I am going to do, why I'm going to do it, and I'm excited about that. So, Greg, 2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks from the release of this podcast, I'll be getting on a plane and heading international. And I'm just really excited because imagine 2 weeks away. You know what that means, Craig? That means 6 weeks of not doing my day job. That's a long time.
So how did you get that longer period off, Josh?
Well, I've worked at my position at my company for 14 years.
So that makes sense.
And I've maxed out my PTO. So if I don't use my PTO, I don't get any more. Basically, it's maxed out, and I can never really take off enough time. It always just starts hitting the ceiling. So I was like, I'm gonna do something where I just gonna wipe it out. This will wipe it out. When I get back, I'll have no PTO.
Fair enough, mate.
So and also like I have a very great organization that I work for. So they're supporting me in this, and it's sort of like a little sabbatical.
Nice.
I've worked,
nice.
I've worked full time ever since I was 20 years old. So, so it's time. It's not retirement, but it's like it's certainly a sabbatical.
And we'll discuss it further, Josh, too, in our little golden nugget that we'll do for our patrons
we'll
as
talk
well.
about
So we'll talk about it a little bit longer, talk about how, why, where, when, the whole lot as well. So we'll do that. Any delays for you?
Yes, my delay is connected. Oh, gosh, Greg.
Oh, really?
This is so annoying. Oh, it's so frustrating. So, I booked my plane ticket months ago. Thank goodness, by the way, because flights are expensive right now because of the gas situation right now. And then I checked in, or I wanted to look at my Delta app. Just, sometimes you check in and you're like, oh, is my ticket still there? My itinerary? Yeah. So last Sunday at this time, I wake up and I was like, oh, I'll check the Delta app, just see. And I looked and it said, please update your passport. It is expired. And I'm like, no, it's not. My passport does not expire till August. Well, for some countries, you need 6 months past
your return date.
Yeah. And so for this particular country that I'm flying into, I need a new passport. I need my passport renewed. So right away, I literally got up last Sunday and I literally went on the website. I started filling out, this was Easter Sunday, started filling out all the paperwork, printed it out. I went to Walgreens. Thank goodness Walgreens is open on Sunday. Yeah. Got my new photo. And then bright early, as soon as that post office opened, I submitted my renewal. And here's the thing, Craig, they say it's so dumb. If your trip is in less than 2 weeks, you can make an appointment and just get it at a place, right? Yeah. If it's less than 2 weeks. Yeah. But my trip was exactly 3 weeks, so they wouldn't accept me. No. They wouldn't accept me for an appointment. But by sending it in 3 weeks from my travel date, there's no guarantee they're going to send it back to get it back to me in time. So what do? Do I roll the dice and not submit my application and then just call and hope that I get an appointment? Yeah. Or do I send it in, which is also kind of rolling the dice, and hope that it'll come back in time? And I did all the expediting, expedited back, paid the extra. I did all this stuff. And so what I did is I did fill out the renewal. I sent it early the Monday morning. And then the post office guy, very helpful. They run into this stuff all the time at the post office. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call tomorrow and to say, hey, my stuff is in, but now I'm within the 2 week period, and I'm going to probably try to get an appointment as a fail safe. So, but that's so annoying. You think, Craig, you think that when your passport has an expiration on it, you think that's the expiration. No, but it's not really. No.
Well, that is the expiration of the actual passport. But I understand, and because obviously I'm an international guy as well, so I've done international travel, and I do realize that that you do need in some countries 6 months of passport, before you come back. That's what it is. And I'm not sure whether it's the country that you're going to or the USA that actually requires it. But either way.
Somebody told me it was the particular country that I was flying into. And it's annoying because the country I'm flying into is not the country I'm staying in.
No, that's right.
It's so annoying. Right. So knock on wood, please. Knock on wood for me if you're listening, because I think everything's going to be okay. Yeah. They do have a system where you can check on it. They have my passport. It's currently in processing. Okay. So hopefully this week they'll get it processed and get it sent to me ASAP. I still have 2 weeks. So nice.
Crossing fingers for you. Crossing fingers. I can't cross my toes. I've only got 9 of them, but I can cross.
We'll talk about that later.
We will. You've just realized my delay, Josh.
What's that?
My delay is actually connected to yours directly, and that is, I found out this week as well, or a week before actually, that my passport is also up for renewal, but unbeknownst, like very differently to you, and that is I've got an Australian passport. What do I do? Yeah, I've got to do all the same things. I've got to do the renewal, the whole lot, do the photo, everything else as well. Yeah. But then I have to go and hand deliver it, make an appointment and hand deliver it to the embassy where? My closest? Dallas, Texas. So I've got to drive myself in the next month or two to Dallas, Texas as a road trip. for the sake
That's
of my
not too
passport.
bad. That's not too bad.
I know.
Because
But
that's like an excuse to go to Dallas.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. So it was either Dallas or it was in Washington, D.C. And I went,
Dallas, yeah.
no,
Go to
it's
Dallas.
Go to Dallas. I'm going to Washington. There are other consulates around the U.S. as well. There's one in Florida too. I thought, in Miami, Florida, I'll go to Miami, Florida. No, they don't do passports. So the only two that actually do, there's three. One is in upstate New York, and then the other two is in Washington, D.C. and Dallas, Texas. So that's for me. So that's my delay. But my upgrades, can I have more than one upgrade, Josh?
Of course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I'll be very quick. My first upgrade happened just yesterday, Josh, and that is this weekend just gone. And that is we got ourselves a new rooster for the homestead.
Oh. I was about to do it. I was going to do it too.
There it is. There it is. The new rooster. We got a new rooster. His name is Hey Hey. So
Hey.
Do you know why?
No. Why?
There's two reasons why. Firstly, we got him on a Saturday, and growing up, Josh, there was a TV show in Australia that I used to watch every single week with my grandmother too, and it's a very fond memory of mine. And that's called Hey Hey, It's Saturday. That's my reason for Hey Hey, but I didn't name him Hey Hey. Hey Hey was named by Jennifer, and she named him Hey Hey because of the movie Moana. Hey Hey is the rooster in Moana.
Oh, that's cute.
And so she named him Hey Hey. She always wanted a rooster named Hey Hey, and so she said, "Oh, by the way, his name's Hey Hey." And I looked at her and said, "Why did you say that for?" And she told me the story. And I go, "Well, we picked it up on a Saturday. Hey Hey, It's Saturday is my grandmother's favorite movie or TV show with me, so it works for the both of us." Perfect. So Hey Hey, welcome to Shelby Homestead. Hey Hey, there'll be more information on Hey Hey on our YouTube channel, Shelby Homestead on YouTube. Josh, so you've been watching.
Cool. Yeah, I've been watching it. It's cool. You've rebranded Aussie in America.
Yes.
Instead of creating a whole new YouTube channel, which is super smart because obviously the videos are about you. Did you keep? I assume you kept all those Aussie in America videos on.
Of course, yeah. Because it's a growing continuation of an Aussie in America. Because I'm still an Aussie in America. I've just now settled down into a homestead. I was always going to. When I first went full time on the road, Josh, I was going to utilize the Aussie in America for my van life sort of stuff, but time got away from me. I didn't end up actually doing much any content at all in regards to the van life stuff. So. Yes. It was dormant for over 12 months, that YouTube channel. And I went, well, I've got to rebrand that channel now. Yeah, Shelby Homestead. I rebranded it with a new name, new logo, new headers, the whole lot. And got a few videos out there now too. A few shorts are coming out too, so which is good. And we're getting some traction on there, which is nice, Josh.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah, they're really interesting. Even if you're not interested in homesteading, it's just it's kind of fun to see your journey. Yeah, watched you create a fire pit this week.
Well, it's actually quite funny for me too, Josh. I mean, you know what I'm like with my videos, and you know what I'm like with my editing stuff too. But the first one I tried to do it with very little minimal editing and just literally me talking about the homestead. That's all it was, people that way I can get people who are actually interested in the homesteading and real viewers. I don't care about the numbers. I want real viewers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I want that way. So I went that route, and Josh, I watched it. I didn't even like it myself. And I went, I don't even like. So this latest one with the fire pit that I really did, I did a little bit more editing, a bit more sound, a bit more music stuff as well. Even did a little cinematic sequence in the middle there too. I think you might have seen the cinematic sequence with the music comes up and boom, and then the slow motion and the gloves and Anyway, go and have a look at that Shelby Homestead on YouTube.
Also, you were doing drones footage too, which is kind of cool.
A bit of drone footage over the top as well. I've got my 360 drone, Josh. Why not? I've got to use it. Got to use it. And I love I love flying this thing too, by the way, just saying. It's my favorite drone I've ever had. So
it's really cool. You look like kind of like a space alien when you use it. Because it has full out like VR goggles, which is really cool. And then you can see into the goggles from the outside what you're looking at, which is wild. Exactly. It's very futuristic.
It really is. It really is. But one more of my upgrade, Josh, before we move on to the real topic of today, is that we've also got some quail eggs. And so I've been incubating quail eggs now as well. Again, another video is going to be coming out on that when they hatch. But incubation of some quail eggs, which means I've got to do another video building a quail hutch. You see, so
Wow. Now,
content for me,
yeah.
Josh, in the homestead. It's not like geocaching. I don't have to actually go out and find a geocache to video it.
Mm-mm.
I can just literally do videos inside my house.
You could just work.
I just do my normal day. Just video it. That's what takes a little bit longer, but I just video what I do every day.
So it's interesting because I noticed you had to separate the ducks from the chickens.
Oh, yes.
Are you going to have to separate the quails from the ducks or the chickens, or you have to separate them all?
Yeah, well, I've got to build an actual hutch, like their own little pen,
okay.
and they don't get out of the pen. The quail,
they don't move. They don't move around.
No. They don't free range, because if they were to free range, they'd be gone in a split second, because these are little things. Quails are very small.
Okay.
So
See,
yeah,
I'm a noob. I don't know. I'm a city boy.
That's okay. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Josh, so you too can learn about homesteading in the good old US of A. See?
Yes.
Anyway, there we go. There are our delays and our upgrades. Now, just quickly before we go on, Josh, when are we actually back as well?
Yes. So if you didn't listen to the last episode, we talked about the fact that we are going to be taking a little bit of a break. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to go fully into it again. If you're curious, we go a little bit more into detail. But we are going to take a break, and we're going to be back. This podcast will be back on July 13th. So we'll see you this summer. We're going to come back better and more energy than ever. And hopefully I would hope to get ahead of things, maybe get some guests lined up. Yeah, there's a break. The break is more than one thing. If you're interested in learning about that, if you didn't listen to last episode, it's at the very beginning of the last episode. So we'll be coming back July 13th. And the really cool thing about it, we were, in the last episode, Craig, we were like, hey, patrons, if you want to pause your support, that's fine. We understand. But actually, we gained supporters.
We did.
Because we're going to be putting out some golden nuggets during the break. So we're not going radio silent for our patrons. No. And we're going to be recording a very little special golden nugget after we record this. So that'll be coming down the pipe really, really soon.
That's right. And the golden nuggets we were referring to are actual individual golden nuggets. So, I'll keep all our patrons up to date with my homesteading stuff. Josh, you'll keep patrons up to date with your travel movements, etc. And our patrons are going to be basically the first to know about what we're doing in our lives, apart from you're the one doing the travel now, Josh. Look how the how the turntables have turned.
The turntables have turned.
There you go, mate. There you go. One of your favorite movies of all time. All right, Josh, we're going to get into it now. The 5 towns with the weirdest names in America, but also the stories behind them as well. So
I'm not sure these are the weirdest, but we picked 5. They're pretty weird.
There are.
But we're a travel podcast. We're not only going to just talk about the names and why they got the names, but we're going to talk about what's in the town. We're going to see if it's worth visiting. And here's the thing, Craig, after we've talked about all 5 of these, okay, we have to decide which one we would most like to actually visit. How about that?
That's gonna be hard for me, because I've already visited two of the
okay,
5.
Well, then you have a choice of 3. Maybe we'll take those out because I visited. I'm looking right now. I have visited one of these. Yeah, one. So,
you have?
Yep, I visited one of them. I visited the first one. The first one.
Same as me.
And we will reveal it right now. The first weird town name is, we've talked about this town on the podcast before. I don't remember in what context. You were probably maybe traveling through it.
Yeah, I think it was.
But it is Truth or Consequence. Consequences or Truth? I think it's Truth or Consequences.
Yeah. Truth or
New
Consequences.
Mexico. Truth or Consequence, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Craig, do you know the story of how it got Truth or Consequence?
I do know the story because, Josh, again, as I said before, when I was traveling south and I saw the sign come up, I had to Google straight away, how did this town get its actual name? So, but I do know the story. But tell us more about the story, mate.
So the town was originally called Hot Springs, which makes sense because if you watch any YouTube videos of it, it is on the Rio Grande River, Truth and Consequence. And there are all these hot springs all over that people go and they visit. And there's all these like kind of bathhouses, places that you can go and you can soak your body in the hot springs. Craig, it's your favorite thing.
It really is.
Just taking a bath, maybe not with other strangers, but who knows?
To each their own.
But it's good for your skin. I've done these hot baths before in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. It is lovely. And when they say hot, man, it's hot. I visited hot springs in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, and there was one little pool called the Lobster Pot. It was so hot. It was very hot, but it's really good for your skin. Anyway, it was called Hot Springs. That's sort of what it's known for. But as time went through the 30s and 40s, this is the Depression. This is down in the South. The town was kind of like, I don't know. There wasn't a lot going on, basically, and especially during the Depression. So there was a show on TV I believe it was first a radio show, Craig.
Radio show first, yeah.
It was
radio.
But then it became a TV show. It was kind of like a game show called Truth or Consequences. And it was essentially I think, Craig, like a dare. Like, would there be a city that would be willing to change their name into the name of the game show? And so the town voted on it, and it was overwhelming. They were willing to change their name from Hot Springs to Truth or Consequences. And as I think about this, gosh, that show must have been really popular at the time. The city was like, and what happened? It gave this town a lot of attention, and essentially it turned the town around.
Yes,
as the name changed in the 1950s, and people kind of wanted to visit this town that became famous for being renamed after this particular game show. So.
I know. So you've been there, Josh. I've been there.
I have.
What else is actually in the town itself? What can you do when you get into the town of Truth or Consequence?
Yes. Well, of course, the hot springs. So there's a lot of these bathhouses around. But if you go downtown into the area, it's really this like eclectic, kind of funky, like artsy, offbeat southwestern vibe. So it's certainly a desert town, but like downtown you have all these little cute little shops. It's kind of hippy dippy. There's the Truth and Consequence Brewing Company. One of the YouTube videos I watched, the lady was there. She goes, "Oh, I'm visiting there later." So that was cool. And there's a beautiful lake called Elephant. It's not Elephant Butte. I think it's Elephant Butte. Although that could be considered a weird name too if it was Elephant Butte. But it's Elephant Butte. Yes, but it's beautiful boating. I've actually seen this lake. The contrast between having the desert around it and then this lake is really, really beautiful. It's just one of those typical beautiful New Mexico with a unique beauty. Craig, you've been to New Mexico. I've been down to Roswell and the White Sands. It's a really unique kind of landscape. Beautiful
it really
place.
is. And you and I did a very similar trip, Josh, too. We did this very similar sort of loop down and around because, I did that as well. The White Sands National Park. What's it? The caverns as well, the big caverns down there, the giant caverns too. And, and then Roswell, you can't miss out on Roswell. This is the one for me. As I keep on saying, I was driving past, saw the sign, didn't even know it was there. We diverted into it as well to have a look. And you're very much right, Josh, in terms of the funky, artsy sort of style. It's very New Mexico. If you haven't been to New Mexico, you think to yourself where you get that, what's it called, that artwork that they particularly like in New Mexico.
Yes. I'm not getting the word. It's not coming to me.
It's
like the turquoise, like the turquoise rocks. I can't remember.
To me, Josh, it's where like the indigenous Indians meet the Mexican sort of style.
Yes,
it's that sort of style. So it's really, really cool. I didn't go to the brewing company, unfortunately, because we were there in the morning. So we didn't go to the brewing company. But we did go to the Elephant Butte. And I did do the cache. It's a cache there at the summit of the Elephant Butte.
You went to the summit?
Yeah.
That looked like a hefty hike. Was it a hefty hike, or could you drive up there?
Oh, we drove up there.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm sure it was the one.
Okay. Yeah.
There was another one we went to, but it was one of those ones but there's a cache up the top there as well. Have a look at the geocaching page, if you have a look, and you'll see all the little pin dots around for the actual caches themselves. Did you do any caching there, Josh?
I didn't, because when I was there, it was before caching, actually.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I did do the New Mexico trip with my son, the Breaking Bad, Albuquerque, White Sands, up to Santa Fe, but I did not go to Truth or Consequence.
Oh, you didn't do
on
that
trip. Yeah.
Yep.
As far as geocaching goes, yes, there's the Elephant Butte Summit Cache, which is GC36BGN. And there's also in town a library cache, which is the most favorited cache in Truth or Consequence. So if you're looking for geocaching, nice library cache, but beautiful views on Elephant Butte.
Elephant Butte. That's the Truth or Consequence. All right, Josh. Number 2 we have listed here.
Okay.
We're in Pennsylvania now, and I have been to this one when I was over in New Jersey, of course, living there. We drove across into Pennsylvania, and we had to just literally go through this one really quick. So
yeah, it's not that big. And by the way,
no, it's not.
I don't think any of these are very big. Actually, the biggest one when I looked was, I believe, Truth or Consequence as far as population. The others are really very small towns. And this one, and a lot of these are like smaller towns closer to a bigger town.
Yeah.
So the next one we're talking about is Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
I literally, when we did stop at this one, just a quick story before we start. We did stop at this one at the sign, Josh, at the sign.
Yes.
And then I think I got a video of myself going in and out of Intercourse really quickly. Forward and back. But anyway, that was just my sixth sense of humor, I do believe. But anyway.
Your junior high humor, yeah, for sure.
It really is.
So here's
tell
the
us
thing.
more.
Yeah, Intercourse. So this is really close to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which this is deep in. This is Amish country. So the Amish, it's very religious, but it's called Intercourse. So it's just like we got very yin and yang here. But Intercourse originally meant. The word originally meant connection or fellowship.
This is true.
Okay. And so that's what they meant by intercourse. But of course, as you know, language evolves, time passes, and the
junior high minds come into play.
Yes, junior high minds drive through, and they think it's really funny that you think it's funny.
It could be worse, Josh. It could be right next to Uranus, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's kind of funny you say that, because you're going to love this, Craig. I think there's another town nearby called Blue Ball.
There is.
There is. Did you visit Blue Ball?
Yeah, but
you did?
But you have to visit Blue Ball before you do Intercourse. Otherwise, Blue Ball doesn't exist. Anyway, moving on, Josh. Moving on.
We're gonna lose our clean rating.
I know. No,
I knew this would happen if I picked Intercourse.
It's all innuendo, Josh. So tell us more about the actual name itself in terms of what it's like there. I've driven through there. I know what it's like. What did you research for?
Like I said, it's in the heart of Amish country.
Yeah.
So there's a whole I don't know if it's like a complex. It's called the Kitchen Kettle Village.
Oh, yeah.
And it's literally like 40 shops that are just all connected together. And it's just filled with Amish foods. You know, the Amish are known for their furniture. So it's like, if you're like a grandma, this is kind of a stereotype. If you're like into quilting and it's kind of like that vibe, right? Like Amish, like get some salsas maybe. I don't know if they make salsa, but
Josh,
homemade goods.
Actually, who you're talking to right now? You're talking to a newly homesteader.
Yeah,
this is right up my alley, and I'm only 50 years or 51 now years of age. So this is right. I can lean right into this now.
Okay,
I'd be there now, taking some photos, having a look at recipes, seeing how they jar things as well, to see what jars I have to buy from Amazon. That sort of thing too. I'll let you know now, Josh. We've got over 50 jalapeno plants growing as we speak to make hot sauce that we're going to sell too. See? So this is what I mean. This is what it leans into. The Amish itself with the homemade foods, jams, baked goods, furniture. Yeah. I do know Amish furniture, Josh. Incredible. The building techniques they use, incredible. I don't know. Yeah, it's obviously passed down from generation to generation.
Yes.
And also not only that you say this is the heart of Amish country, but in some areas of this particular Pennsylvania, particularly, they are a lot of Amish stuff, but it's some of it's more. I'd call it where Amish meets technology a little bit, because some of them do use electricity, for instance, that sort of thing too. So they're not all traditional Amish people.
Mm-hmm.
So they do make things with other things other than just their hands and sweat, basically.
Yes.
So there you go. Yeah.
A couple of other things about Intercourse is that, no surprise, Craig, but the Intercourse signs get stolen all the time.
Who wouldn't want an Intercourse sign in their garage? I'll just say that.
And the funny thing is, probably like the Amish, they're so wholesome. They probably don't, they could resolve this by selling the signs.
Yeah.
Like sell some signs that say Intercourse, Pennsylvania, but they probably don't. And so people steal them, and they have a problem with the vandalism of the signs.
Oh, of course. So, but anyway.
And another fun fact, the movie Witness was actually filmed there, right there at Intercourse. So.
Yes. And I do remember that, because there is a phone booth there as part of the movie as well. And I have my photo taken in the phone booth, and it matches up with the movie, Josh, still to this day.
Well, wait a minute. That's funny, because the one popular geocache, you probably did it, Craig, was called John Book in the Phone Booth.
Exactly.
Which is a phone booth.
That's right.
It's GC6Y7W7.
Yeah.
And that is the most popular geocache. Lots of favorite points, Craig. And it must be connected not only to the movie, but a good old phone booth is very rare anyway.
Yes, yeah. Now on that description, I do recall this. And I haven't even researched this, to be honest with you, Josh.
Yeah, you just remembered it.
Just remembered it right now. On the description of that too, you actually have the the screenshot of him being inside that phone booth as well, so you can reenact that.
Oh, that's
cool. And I'm not sure. I may have added my photo on. I'm gonna have to look now, Josh.
So John Book must have been a character in the movie Witness.
Yes, exactly. So
really cool.
Yes, so
geocaching takes you to the best places.
Oh, the best places, doesn't it? So
all right, so there's Intercourse. The funny thing about that, such a wholesome place with such an unwholesome name.
This is true. It's very yin yang, extremely yin yang
for sure. So. All right, now we're getting into the places where Craig has not been. Okay, this next one we're going down near you, Craig. We're going down to Arkansas. Just your neighbor over there. And we're going to Toad Suck, Arkansas.
TOAD.
Toad, like the frog.
Yes.
Yeah. Toad Suck. Arkansas.
Yeah.
All right. So this place is on a river. I can't remember what river it's on. It's on a river. The city's on a river. And workers would come through on this river. And they before they would cross the river over to the city, they would suck down bottles of liquor, of beer, and all the liquor, and they would essentially swell up. The description they would swell up like toads, because they get so liquored up, so drunk. And thus the town is called Toad Suck.
Oh,
that's
wow.
how the name stuck.
Wow.
So, yep. So what do you think? I just think it's so funny. Wow, these sailors swelled up like toads.
Exactly. So, toad suck. So where did they get the suck from then? Like, what do they? Because they suck down the.
They suck the bottles. They're sucking.
They're sucking the bottles. Oh,
yeah.
Fair enough. Then.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Exactly.
That's very, very strange. I mean, do you believe that that's the way it happened, or
Who knows?
Some other way? Who knows?
It's maybe legend, but the story stuck as so. Toad Suck is close to a bigger city, Conway, Arkansas. Have you ever been to Conway?
No, I haven't been to Conway either.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Of course, like all these small towns, there is, of course, the annual Toad Suck Days, and so they fully embrace it. It's a big frog theme. All right, so they have toad racing every year at the Toad Suck festivals. It's very close to Conway, Arkansas. So the actual Toad Suck Festival, I've watched some YouTube videos. It's like this big carnival and stuff happens. Oh, it's the Arkansas River, Greg. There we go. This Arkansas River where these sailors or these boatmen were sucking down on those bottles and turning into toads, basically. And so, yeah, I think Toadsuck is very, very small. I looked at it; it's like pretty much like almost like a little park. I don't even didn't even look like there were very many houses around there. But I did notice, as far as geocaching goes, there were geocaches in the park on both sides of the river, and of course, they were all toad themed.
Of course,
they were all frog and toad themed. I wonder if they were like frog containers. That would be kind of clever in Toadsuck.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm looking too, Josh, in regards to this festival. They call it the Toadsuck Days, D-A-Z-E, Toadsuck Days. Now, there is a Toad Dome where they mostly happen. So the Toad Dome, which is basically just like a gazebo, Josh, in the local park by the looks of it. It is very, very, very small. But you got kids that get down on these green mats, etc., and they blow their toads. They have actual toads, and they do toad races.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Did you hear what I said? They did toad racing.
I didn't hear the toad.
I think you were looking up.
I was too busy looking it up.
You were looking it up while I was talking. But yes, toad racing at Toadsuck Days. Yes, I said that.
I like it. See, I don't listen to everything you say, but they do lean into the theme. I'll tell me, you probably said this as well. They actually dress up as toads. Like there's a lot of toad dressing up.
Fully embrace,
fully embrace. The town goes green, basically, like the frogs. The whole town goes green for the time being, as well for the Toadsuck Days in Conway, Arkansas. Oh, it says Conway, Arkansas.
Yeah, the actual festival I think is in Conway.
Oh,
and they reference, because Toadsuck, if you look at the map, Toadsuck is like right on the river, and it looks like almost just a park. And that's where I saw all the 5 geocaches that were there, basically. So, but yeah, I think the Conway is the actual bigger city around that. But Toadsuck, Toadsuck does exist. And here's I had to look too. I was like, what's in Conway? Like, if I was to visit, what would I go to? And Craig, you're gonna love this. Well, I'm gonna love it. They have a pinball arcade.
Oh, you are going to love it. Well, you're going to love it. But remember, I have beaten you once, Josh, in the last time we played.
Last trip. Yes, you did.
Last trip. I beat you for once.
Yeah. We were
and I'll stick to that. That'll be Florida. In my dying days, I'll remember I beat Josh, the geocaching vlogger, once at pinball. So
yeah, it was right at the last minute too. Yeah, that was in Florida.
That was even better because, like, it was on the last play. You couldn't even claw your way back, because you'd already played your hand. So
yeah. So there it is. Toadsuck.
Toadsuck. Next one, Josh. We're going to Alaska.
Alaska. We're going
to the next one.
Get this name, Craig. You're gonna love it.
I do.
You're gonna love it. You love this thing. Chicken. Chicken Alaska.
Chicken Alaska. I mean, we've spoken about other fun names in Alaska too, Josh, like what's it called? The North Pole.
North Pole.
North Pole in
North
Alaska.
Pole, Alaska was
we've
cool.
spoken about that as well. That was really cool. But this is Chicken Alaska.
Chicken Alaska is it's the midway up on the east coast, east side of Alaska, pretty close to Canada, actually. And this town is very small, very tiny. It's one of those. It almost looks like it's as big as Hell, which, by the way, another great name, Hell, Michigan. This is a gold rush town. All right. If you see the videos, it's just kind of beautiful, rustic. It looks gold rush sort of thing. There's all these. Well, let's get into why it's called chicken first, actually, before I get into what's all there. So there's a special sort of chicken that is there called the ptarmigan.
Yeah. Ptarmigan's chicken, yeah.
The ptarmigan chickens. And so they were going to name it ptarmigan, but they couldn't agree on how to spell it. They were like, and they were frustrated because it easily could get misspelled, because the spelling of it is PTAR. MIGAN.
Yeah.
So they went back and forth. They're like, it's spelled like this. It's spelled like this. And they're like, let's call the whole thing off. let's just call it chicken.
Chicken. Because at the end of the day, ptarmigan is just a type of chicken.
Yeah.
And the ptarmigan as well, that's their wild free range sort of stuff as well. That's not everyday chicken. If people want to research this, do some research and have a look at what a ptarmigan is. It's more of a pheasant sort of bird, that sort of thing too, which is throughout Alaska a lot, but this particular area is obviously an area where there's a lot of them. So
yes,
the ptarmigan. So chicken.
And actually, if you look it up, there's a gigantic statue of one of these chickens. Which is really cool. That's kind of like one of the highlights of the town. Of course, there's like I think kind of like a general store place. I think there's a restaurant, but the whole town is filled with like ruins almost of the gold rush, just all around. And so it's a really cool place to visit and walk around. It's really like history coming to life. Mm-hmm. It is, the whole town really is kind of almost also a quirky roadside attraction sort of really place.
We need to get up into Alaska, Josh. I'll say that.
Oh, that would be
for next March Madness.
It would be amazing. They do have chicken stock. It's a music festival that they basically have in the middle of nowhere. Because if you look at the videos of it, there's just a lot of it's just a lot of space. It's just a lot of nature and open space. Yeah. So it does really feel like you're kind of stepping into like the gold rush era basically. Yeah. So, and there's a geocache there, a popular one called 123 Go GCM. I'm sorry, GC4ME81, and I believe it is right at the chicken. I wonder if the geocache is hidden on the chicken.
On the chicken, yeah.
Because the chicken could be a virtual, but no, this is actually a traditional geocache.
So I'm looking at some photos, Josh. I do like it too. This chicken is quite large, I will say. Nice and large. It looks like it's made out of metal of sorts as well. So it's not your true statue. Mm-hmm. This one looks like metal because it's got rusty edges and rusty. It looks very sharp, actually, the way the feathers are as well on him. He's looking at one of those poles, those poles that tell you the direction and location, the distance poles as well.
That's cool.
So at the top it says Chicken Alaska. And what it's got is things like, oh, Josh, it's got how far to Hen in Israel, how far to Featherville in Idaho, how far to Hatch in New Mexico.
Oh, it's all chicken related.
It's all chicken related. Leghorn, Cockshot, Rooster Rock, Lost Chicken, Clucker's Hall. It's got Australia on there, Josh.
What's the town name in Australia?
Flocking, Australia. So Flocking, Australia.
That's cool.
Flocking, Australia, 4,665 miles to Flocking, Australia. So
actually, I wonder if the geocache is a part of the sign because it's called 123 Go, like this idea of like going to different places.
Oh, it could be. It could be. Or it could be a little bit away from the chicken. There's a can you imagine if this chicken was near Intercourse, Pennsylvania? Because there's a big egg that's cracked as well, and it says it's right near like a bathroom area. So in other words, you can go and lay your eggs, and it says I got laid in Chicken, Arkansas. So
of course,
that's what the sign
Chicken
says.
Alaska. Yeah,
Chicken Alaska. Sorry, Chicken Alaska. So there you go. Wow.
Yeah,
I like it too when it snows. It looks really good when it snows too.
Mm-hmm. It's Alaska. It's just like every time you see pictures of Alaska, you're like, wow, this is just beautiful.
Yeah. I see there's an outdoor, this could be AI, but it looks like it's one of the coldest places in Alaska in the particular weeks themselves, where they don't even, the freezers are heaters, Josh, where the freezers become heaters because it gets a negative 62 Fahrenheit. Negative 62.
Yeah,
that's a cold chicken. That is a cold chicken.
Right? You got to visit in the summer. Because you know what? If you don't like those cold temperatures, you might be a chicken.
Yeah. I do like the main town. It looks, as you said, Josh, is very small. I do like the main part of town because it's got like that saloon vibe as well.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That gold rush, as you said before, the gold rush vibe.
Yes.
I did listen to that. The gold rush vibe when it's all like wood with the panels up the top with the names on and then the front porch area, and you hear that. Yeah, as you walk across the timber porch area before going into the stores, but there's only like seriously 3 stores there. That's pretty much
it's pretty small.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no canes, raising canes there, and there's no Chick-fil-A. There should be a Chick-fil-A in Chicken.
Yeah. Those ptarmigans would be a little bit afraid, I think, if they put a Canes or Chick-fil-A there, I think.
Exactly. All right, Josh, we're up to the last one now. The very last one. We're now going back down to Arizona.
Why? Why does it have to be this one?
Why do we go into Arizona? Why? Why are we saying
we're going to why? Why? What? Why are we doing this? Why are we? Because we're going to Y, Arizona. The town. Yes, the town is named Y.
W-H-Y.
W-H-Y. But Craig, get this. They wanted to name the town just the letter.
This is America.
They wanted to just name it the letter Y.
Wow. Yeah.
Why? Yeah. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, tell us why.
Because if you do a drone shot over it back in the day, you'd see a road. The road is very much shaped like a Y.
Oh, so you basically, it's like a fork.
Yeah, it's like a fork in the road, and they're like, let's just name it, because there's not a lot here. There's still not a lot here. And so when they saw it, they're like, what? They were probably, what are we known for? We're like, we got this Y-shaped road, and they're like, let's name it Y. But guess what? The state of Arizona would not allow them to name it just a letter, because every city in Arizona has to have at least 3 letters in it. So they changed it to W-H-Y.
Wow.
Y, Arizona. There you go.
Wow. I'm looking at the map now, and yeah, it's actually an upside down Y. If you look at the map, north is north. It's an upside down Y, and it is literally right in the middle of a large offshoot of the highway. So, but having a look at photos, Josh, as you said, it is extremely small. This town is extremely, extremely small, but the photos, Josh. Beautiful location.
Yeah, it's desert again.
But
this is on the way. A lot of people visit Y on the way to Mexico. It's pretty close to Mexico.
Yeah. You've got it's a beautiful desert area, but you still got some snow-capped mountain at the end of it. Is that right? Surely not. Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
Possibly.
Wow.
So another legend of why it's called Y is like somebody once said, "Why would you want to live there?" That's why it's called Y.
That's why.
The population is currently only 87 people. Okay. But here's why you would want to visit there. I don't know if you'd want to live there, but this is the gateway to Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument.
Oh.
Okay.
There's a reason why.
It is in the desert? The Sonoran Desert. Sonoran desert. Sonoran. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's perfect if you want to get off the grid. There is the Why Not store. That's pretty much one of the things. And I've seen it. It's a gift shop. Of course, they sell lots of Y souvenirs.
Yep.
But as I was watching a YouTube video, they took a 1930s truck and turned it into a waterfall fountain. It was it's very nice.
Wow.
But another video I saw, the reason why, Craig, people stop there. They stop there on their way to Mexico because there is a Mexican restaurant called Granny's that is very great, apparently authentic Mexican food called Granny's restaurant.
Granny Mac's Kitchen, it's called. Granny Mac's Kitchen.
Granny Mac's. Okay.
Granny Mac's Kitchen. I'm actually looking at reviews of it as we speak as well. So it's highly reviewed on TripAdvisor. So yeah. So, it very, very much like, you got those not that comfortable seating. It looks like they're pull-out tables, with the legs that fold down. So it's like fold-down tables. It does look very much like but the reviews are great. Like obviously the people go there for the food more so than the tables and chairs and settings. So very cool. Very cool.
So there it is. So we've got, these are the 5 in review, truth or consequence.
Oh, before you go on, is there any geocaches there at all in Y?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
No. Why not? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why not. No, yeah, because there's not any actual geocachers lived.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the reason why.
Yeah,
because you need, as geocachers, you need to live within a certain distance of a cache in order to maintain it, or have someone maintain it for you on your behalf.
Right. Yeah, the
that's
chances
why.
of with 87 people living there, the chance of there being a geocacher out of those 87 very slim.
Well, you think about it too. I mean, they have to travel. If they're a geocacher, they would have to travel themselves to actually find anything too. See, so
True.
You know,
That's true.
that's another reason why. How many times can we say the word "why" while we're talking about why?
Yeah, why are there no geocaches? All right. So, Truth or Consequence, New Mexico. We have Intercourse, Pennsylvania. We have Toads Suck, Arkansas. We have Chicken, Alaska, and we have Why, Arizona.
Yep.
These are the ones we've discussed. So, I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Yes.
Here are the questions. Okay. 3 questions for you.
Yes.
Which town are you actually visiting? Which one do you want to visit? Number 2.
Chicken.
You want to go to Chicken?
Chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be Chicken.
You know what? I'm Chicken too.
Yeah.
I want to go to Chicken.
You want to go to Chicken?
I want to go to Chicken.
I love that. I love the big chicken. I love that. See, again, roadside attractions for us, Josh. They're a draw card.
Yes. Which one do you think has the best story with their name?
Oh, the best story. Wow. Okay. You give me this. This is not in the show notes. So just everyone listening up. I think the best story is Truth or Consequences, to be honest.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah, that's the best story.
That is pretty good. But also, I think Toad Suck is the funniest story.
Toad Suck is a funny story, but for me, you know, it's I don't know. It's a bit more one of those stories whereby it could be, you know, one of those old wives' tales,
legends.
Legends, exactly.
If you had, would you change any of these names if you could?
Would I change it? I would change Toad Suck. And I would change it. I would change it to something different than actual Toad Suck. I'd say like something like fat alcoholics or something. I don't know.
Bloated alcoholics.
Bloated alcoholics.
Bloated alcoholics, Arkansas.
And I would set up a brewery there. I'll just say that.
Oh, that's smart. Okay. I would not. Okay, that's good. I would not change the name, but I would build a brewery called the Toad Suck Brewery on the river there. Exactly. I think that would be very popular. Just think about all the merch you could sell from Toad Suck.
And all the bottled beers. The bottled beers.
Oh, like imagine like it could be like different bottles with different kinds of toads on them, and the beers could be named after different like toads.
Exactly. See.
All right, maybe we're moving to Toad Suck. I don't know.
Yeah, I still wouldn't move away from where I am now. But anyway,
there you have it. Weird names in the United States. You know what, Craig? There's a lot more weird names in the United States. We could do several shows on these different weird and interesting names, and it is cool to hear like the kind of the stories of like how they got that name. As you drive by, you're like, wow, how did that get named that?
Yes,
kind of interesting.
And as I said before, exactly like I did for Truth or Consequences, driving past, and then Google's your best friend. So
there
you go. There you go. Josh, we've got a record now for our patrons as well to do.
That's happening.
Little gold nugget. That's happening now after we record this one too. So if people want to know more about that, how can people learn more about becoming a patron, Josh?
Yes. If you want to keep up with us, if you're going to miss our voices, if you miss our faces, go to our YouTube channel. But if you just miss our voices, join our Patreon as we're going to be doing some golden nuggets during our break. And the place you go for that is patreon.com/treasures of our town.
Otherwise, Josh, you said before at the start of the episode too that we're trying to get some new guests on the show in the upcoming episodes after we get back as well. If people have got ideas for guests, Josh, if people have got if people want to be a guest, for instance, and come up with different show ideas as well. Where have you been? Where do you live? Why are you, Josh, proud of your town? Yeah, because that's a damn rare thing these days. I bet you the people, those 87 people, are probably damn proud of why. Exactly. I don't know why, but anyway, how do people contact us, Josh, to let us know? Yes, reach out to us at treasuresofourtown.podcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or our Buzzsprout site. Just search Treasures of Our Town in the Google machine, and you will find us there. Exactly. So that's it for our show today. Please subscribe, rate, review on your favorite podcast. And as always, Josh, may your travels always lead you to the most unexpected, amazing, weird places, weird name places around the world and the country. See you next time. See you in July. The 13th of July. See you then. Bye. Bye.